Rabbits. It is Sunday. And whatever else I was going to say is gone. Which is fine, because we are in the never-ending chapter 15, which I'm really enjoying. So, it's kind of a peek into Ernest's thought processes and how he would actually handle situations. So, pretty cool. All right. So we are on page 242. I'm using the older, not the re-released Science of Mind text. So, the page numbers may not line up. But like I said, I am in chapter 15, and the section that I am starting with, if that helps you find it, is asthma and hay fever. Many medical people believe that nervous persons and those whose work is largely mental are most often attacked by hay fever, and that hay fever attacks only those who are predisposed to it. The general acceptance is that it is the result of an undue sensitiveness of the nostrils to the pollen of certain flowers or plants, or even the hairs of certain animals. We should know that the claim of hay fever has no power over us, that we are inspired and directed by infinite mind, and that perfect discrimination and judgment are established in us. In treating oneself, declare that every day you are capable of expressing the greatest possibilities which are your divine inheritance, and that you are busy expressing good and have no time for any fear thoughts of asthma and hay fever. Know that you alone are the doorkeeper to the temple of the Holy Ghost, your body. You have the power to say what shall enter there. No false thing can enter there while you are recognizing your oneness with infinite life. The pollen which you have thought irritated you is made from the very same substance from which you are made. You are sending out only thoughts of peace, love, and joy. And no irritating thought or thing can come back to annoy or obstruct the perfect functioning of every organ of your body. The passages of your mind are open only to the inflow and outflow of good. You are sensitive only to good, dwelling in the higher altitudes of consciousness, understanding life in its spiritual purpose, experiencing exhilaration, vitalization, and exhalation. It is written that the breath of God animates creation with the living presence of a pure divinity. What breath are we breathing other than this true breath? Unrestricted, flowing through channels of pure receptivity from the infinite intelligence and the perfect life of God. Let your thought dwell not on breath nor lack of breath, but on that which breathes. Sense the freedom of this God life flowing in and through you. You do not create the original substance out of which your body is formed. God itself made your body to be used as its self-expression. This channel must be perfect. With good-natured flexibility, free your thought from any sense of anxiety or strain or indecision or deep-seated worry and concern, knowing that you have only to keep your thoughts steady and clear, fixed upon the potential perfection of the universe in which we live. When you have lifted your consciousness in this manner, use this meditation. Okay, before I get into the meditation, I just want to point out, which I have been pointing out, right, that this book was written 100 years ago. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's just, so what allergies are, asthma is a different situation. Asthma is inflammation. But what hay fever is, what allergies are, is your immune system overreacting to something that it sees as a foreign invader. His advice is dead on, It's like you are literally reminding your immune system, hey, this is not a problem. This is not a foreign invader. This is not harming us. You don't have to worry about this. His advice is dead on. I love it. Now, asthma, like I said, asthma is inflammation. And so again, you are simply reminding your body, that it doesn't need to react as strongly as it is. That's so cool. That is so cool. All right. On to the meditation. Remember that which breathes you. Remember that which breathes you. Okay, that's not the meditation. I'm going to do the meditation now. I'm just really excited. My entire body is now a receptive channel for the operation of God life. My thought is pure, relaxed, and peaceful. My breathing is not obstructed. My thought is not sensitive to any discordant or disagreeable sentiment, as mind could not entertain a disagreeable sentiment. I breathe in the eternal life essence. By this breath, I am purified and made strong. I am freed from the belief in anything unlike perfection. All right, that was really cool, right? That was really cool. Okay. All right. The next one is nerve. So the next section is nerve troubles. As we come to realize that thoughts are things, we shall also see that different kinds of thoughts will produce different types of effects. There is but one final truth or reality, but it is always presenting us with varying forms of itself. These forms are temporarily misshapen by the creative power of our own thought. For we must not forget that what we call our thought is really the place where we are using creative mind itself. Our thought is creative, not because we will it so, but because it already is so. We cannot change this nor escape from its effects in our lives. And that was all in caps, by the way. Emphasis earnest. Consequently, we see that certain thoughts could depress while others could exalt. And all according to the one law governing our lives. With this in mind, then, we understand what is meant by saying that certain thoughts should be used in treating certain cases. Let us consider what kinds of thoughts to use in treating nerve troubles. We do not deny that people suffer from this or any other cause. We do, however, affirm that thought may help and has the possibility of completely healing them from the trouble. The nerves certainly represent the highest form of intelligence running through the flesh. They really represent mind in the highest form it takes as it controls the human body. The general treatment for nerve disorders should incorporate thoughts of peace, poise, and power. There is no strain or struggle in the universe. All the actions of life are harmonious, steady, sure, and quiet. Because the nerves are so responsive to thought, they react immediately to a statement of harmony. An understanding of the truth that good alone is real and true gives us the faith essential to an establishment of a firm, unwavering mind, which is necessary if one is to have a firm, steady, sensitive, quickly responding nerves. Our thought must never waver from the promise of one power, which is an impersonal, infinite power for good. Wow. Okay. We train our mind to contemplate the good, the enduring, the true, that which has caused depression, discouragement, or indecision must be neutralized by our refusal to allow it to register. Realize that the spirit within you manifests as perfect harmony, and that every cell, atom, and organ of your body is functioning according to the divine law. Say, I am filled with the peace, strength, power, and decision of spirit. The life force flows freely, peacefully and harmoniously through every atom of my body. I am complete and perfect now. The all-powerful mind of the indwelling Christ in me dissolves and dissipates from my mind all belief in indecision, anxiety, depression, and discouragement, for I dwell in the realm of peace. Okay, so I'm not sure now. He may be wrapping nervousness and actual nerve signaling into one. But that was a beautiful little statement there. So, hey, all right, let's continue on and see what else he has to say. We should also erase the thoughts of yesterday that would rob us of today's happiness. There is nothing arising out of the past that can disturb me. The past and the present and the future are one unbroken stream of good. I loose all thoughts that in the past have caused anxiety. The spirit knows no past and is not affected by the belief in any. The past is swallowed up in the victory of a perfect condition, which is filled with the love and protection. These are his own, they're in quotes. So now I'm starting to wonder, are these his words or did he get them from somewhere else? Which is really interesting. All right. And this section is quite a bit longer, so we're going to keep going. All right. Equally, we must not fear for the future. Again, it starts in quotes. I see that the future is bright with promise. It beckons me forward into a more complete realization of my own worth and my rightful place in the universe. All my tomorrows will be happy and filled with harmonious occupations. I look to the future with great and pleasurable anticipation, knowing it will expand my opportunity for radiant self-expression. I love my past and my future and understand that they are but continuations of the one unbroken chain of life. There is no future to be afraid of and no past to bring discord into the present. End quotes. All right. Such statements will tend to erase any negative stream of causation that may have been set in motion in the past. Waste no time arguing with anyone over these truths. This is true and it really works. We should better spend our time using the law than arguing over it. Our position is to be proven by demonstration alone. This is the final test of all theories. Okay, let me go back and read that again. We would better spend our time using the law than arguing over it. That's not what he has in capital. His in capitals is by demonstration alone. This is the final test of all theory. But I'm like, why argue with somebody over whether or not it works? Just do it. That's what he's saying. Don't argue with people about it. Just do it. Okay. We should read, study, think, and meditate upon those statements which tend to calm, to give poise and confidence, and erase all thoughts of fear and tension. He's talking about, I think, affirmations right there, and why affirmations are so important and so helpful. Back to Ernest. The subjective law can only operate upon that which is given it. So we must be very careful of our patterns of thought. Is this not what I like to talk about? We don't have to worry about each individual thought. We have to worry about the trend of our thoughts, the pattern of our thoughts. If you keep finding the same thought cropping up more and more, then you need to go back and look. Okay, what's the root cause of this thought? And let me pull that sucker out at the roots. All right, I stopped in the middle of the paragraph, so let me find my place. Okay, yeah, there it is. So we must be very careful of the pattern of our thoughts. We live in a sea of perfect life, and we should take time to understand and sense this in our imagination. We should think of ourselves as being surrounded by perfect life and poised in an eternal calm. We are in a sea of untroubled waters of life from which we may freely drink. We must do the drinking. No one else can do this for us. We should hold out the cup of acceptance until it is filled and overflowing with manifestations of our desires. This chalice of the heart is held up that the heavenly flow may fill it with God's abundant life. The words of peace spoken to the nervous system will remove the tension which produces pain and inflammation of the nerves. There is neither irritation, agitation, nor inflammation in God, in spirit, in truth, and a person is the truth. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. I am pure spirit. My entire nervous system is pure spirit. I am poised in harmony, in truth, and in complete calm. My nervous system is in the spirit within me, governing my physical body with harmony. There is no need for pain. My body is pure spiritual substance, and as such, it is perfect and harmonious. We are poised in a sense of peace, which comes from our complete faith in God as light, power, and inspiration of our life. There will be no twitching of muscles, no uneasiness, nor anxiety about any outcome. If we know, whether walking or sleeping, that every step of the way God goes with us. All right, I'm going to stop there. Okay. Because he did conflate mood and actual nervous system, which are two different things and yet the same thing, because it is our nervous system that fires through the body and is controlled by our mood. Okay. So he talked about pain. He talked about inflammation. And it's important to remember that they are not quite the same thing, and yet they are the same thing. And sometimes when we're dealing with mood disorders, which he said anxiety and depression, I want to remind you that it can also be a hormonal imbalance. Okay. So I'm bang on with his treatments, but I also want to remind you that if you are, because he said it earlier, if a pill will make you feel better, then take a pill. If your mood disorder is a hormonal imbalance, then there are things that you can do, such as take a pill. Okay? There's this wonderful little hormone that we have called serotonin. And there are these pills from, the medicine that are called serotonin reuptake inhibitors. If your serotonin is too low, then these pills help to raise your levels of serotonin, and then you feel better. Okay? Affirmations are great, wonderful, but if you need the support, then go get the support. I spent 2 years on an SSRI, and I was able to, and it's not just about, quitting taking the pill. I literally changed my life. I changed the way I ate. I changed the way I exercised. I changed the way I slept. I changed jobs. All of those things affect your serotonin levels. If you are not sleeping, then, if you are not sleeping well, that's going to affect your serotonin. So, I used the prescription to reset my body, and then followed it up with the changes that I needed to make. And among the changes that I needed to make was science of mind. You know, that's when I went and took those classes on meditation and treatment and learned how to do that. It's one of the things that helped. So in that he was talking about two different kinds of things that interact with each other. Okay. And his treatments were wonderful, beautiful, and on point. On point. But I want to remind you that the brain is an organ. And if the organ is not functioning the way it should, then doctors can help. And Ernest is definitely not anti-doctor. He's like, if the pill will help, take the pill and treat. Okay. Do both. All right. I am a huge advocate about mental health. It is why I talk about my mental health. It is why I talk about the 2 years that I spent on the serotonin reuptake inhibitor. I took Lexapro for 2 years because if I hadn't, there's a possibility I wouldn't be here doing this. So, you know, it literally saved my life. And it literally saves other people's lives. So treat, do your affirmation, go to your practitioners, go to your doctors. All right, please. All right. So, since I'm going to leave that there, that's my PSA for today. We are going to start tomorrow, cause we still have a good, 13, I think, pages in here. We still have some pages to go. We're just going to be in chapter 15 for 2 weeks, right? We're going to start on the bottom of 247 with blood troubles and skin diseases, which he includes high blood pressure, hardening of the arteries, eczema, and boils. So this should be a fun ride for a Monday morning, right? All right. So housekeeping. I'm just going to remind you that, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So one of the ways that you can support us is to go to your social medias and click, like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, do all that kind of stuff. It bumps us in the algorithms. We think we have important things to share. So try it. Thank you. We appreciate it. Okay. The other bit if you want to know anything about the center, there are 2 easy ways to get information. 1, creativelife.org. That's the website. And 2, email info@creativelife.org. That is the constant contact. You get 1 email a week. It's done by a real person. You know, he doesn't have time for more than that. So it's done by a real person. And, you can, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want, or the person can help you get it. All right. Now, I am going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a Sunday, hey, if you're in the area, come see us in person day, let's listen to some good music day, got a message from Jesse coming day, we'll get homework day, a preparing for the next week day, a wrapping up this week day, a hug your fur babies day, a call a good friend day, a happy Father's Day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call, a brilliant light, a divine spark, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. I like the brilliant light and the divine spark. Growing up, one of my nicknames was Sunshine because I was a redhead. And the divine spark, that came out of when I took the Kabbalah class. So we're all divine sparks embedded in the material world. Okay. Explore the truth of your being. You know, get to know who the divine knows you to be, right? Because the most important thing that I can tell you is that the person that the divine knows you to be is good. From there, all things are possible. All right, beloveds. I don't know what I was about to say. I am going to remind you, however, Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to continue on in chapter 15. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.